Howdy, I'm Chris Capell from Dizzy Pig, back from Hawaii with a little bit of jet lag. I know Rodrigo rocked it last week with the Facebook Live. Now, here I am, back. I guess I can handle this. Today is recipe day on a Dizzy Thursday Live. We're gonna do one of our most popular right now. So, we're gonna do our Raging River Maple Butter Glazed Salmon. It's a real easy cook, real hot and fast, so it's gonna go quick. So what we're gonna do is I've got this like salmon, I've got the skin off of it. For our seafood class tomorrow, we're gonna use some really great like salmon from Indigo Farms Seafood, indigofarmseafood.com. They are out of Blacksburg. They have a truck where you can go buy. You can buy fish and crabs and any kind of seafood that is picked up fresh every week in North Carolina. But this is farm-raised salmon from Costco. I pulled the skin off and I cut it up into manageable, easy to work with like pieces. I really like to do it this way. You can control the cooking better. You get a better crust all the way around. Our Raging River is a seasoning I developed 17 years ago, especially for salmon. It's truly all-purpose. We found out later that it's good on everything, but it may be the best thing in the world on salmon. I'm gonna season these things up with a nice coating of Raging River. That's the only flavor we're gonna put on. It's not marinated. It's just plain old fish. I'm gonna press it in and flip them over and do the other side. You can let the rub hang out on there for 15, 20 minutes, half hour until it kind of melts in, but I wanna get this stuff going and show you also how easy this is. Season up the salmon. In this bowl here, I have 1/3 butter and 2/3 maple syrup. I melted the butter and warmed up the syrup, mixed them all together, and that's gonna be our glaze. So, real simple, Raging River, butter, maple syrup. Now you could also put soy sauce, you could use sriracha or sambal oelek, which is a great chili sauce. I'm just going pure maple syrup and butter. I got the egg going out there at about 500 or so, just a good hot fire, because these are gonna cook real quick. It's a little breezy out here, so excuse me if you hear any wind here. We got trucks flying by all over the place, but that's all right. So we're at about 525 right now. Really doesn't matter exactly what the thermometer says, you just want a good hot fire. So if you can't hold your hand over it for more than a couple seconds, it's probably gonna be hot enough. Put these guys on. And I'm gonna open up the vent all the way wide because I'm gonna cook these things fast. Now fish, a lot of people overcook fish. When I first started to cook like salmon, I would cook it until the fat started, bubbling up out of the middle. Well, that was overcooked. It was good, but it's so much better if you have fresh fish not to overcook it. I just got back home from Hawaii where they eat poke bowl raw, just plain old raw salmon. Salmon and tuna was delicious. So you really don't need to cook fish that much, but you're gonna get this stuff to where it's just moist and flaky, almost flaky, not like flaking, falling apart. So it's probably gonna take about 3 or 4 or 5 minutes or so on the first side. On the website, we've got the recipe for the maple butter glazed salmon, and at that time I was cooking it a little bit lower and a little bit longer. I was going 10 to 20 minutes on the first side, 5 to 10 minutes on the second side. I found that just a shorter cook, maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes on the first side and just a few minutes on the second side is enough to get this stuff done. So the egg is ripping along, wide open on the bottom, wide open on the top. So we're just gonna cook away. This will work with any fish. If you're cooking any kind of white meaty fish, grouper or mahi would be really delicious with this recipe. But like with all fish, you just don't want to overcook it. Now I'm going to go ahead and spin my grate. I'm going to get my tool here. Here it is. The thing with the egg, it's got a round grate, which is great because I can just spin it and even out the heat. And that way I'm sure that I'm getting an even heat all the way across, and I'm not charring the ones on one side and not cooking the ones on the other side enough. If you have any questions, Autumn is here. Shoot them on in, and it's going to go kind of quick, but we got time to answer questions, any questions you have. It kind of dropped to 450, I guess probably because I've got cold meat in between the fire and the thermometer. So, it's not reading 525, but that fire is still really hot. Costco also has a steelhead salmon. It's also a farm-raised fish. It looks a lot like salmon. It's a little bit thinner. That's also like a really nice fish to use for this recipe, the farm steelhead. And you can use as fancy of a salmon as you want. You can use a wild-caught salmon, king salmon. I can smell that stuff browning really nicely. Oh, it's been about 2 minutes so far, something like that. Want to take a peek? That's browning up real nice. I'm going to give that about another minute or so. It's going to be ready to flip. It's real easy, real fast, and you can serve this with stir-fried vegetables, asparagus, peppers, onions, mushrooms are really good, or just plain grilled asparagus. It goes really good with a grilled pineapple or something like that. You could probably even do like a fish taco with the meat after you're done. It's just a delicious. You get like a crust on the outside, and it's tantalizing in your mouth. It's so bright out here. All right, I'm going to flip these guys over. Gently, you can see they didn't stick because they're released from the grill, nice and hot. Yeah, look at that color on there. These things are already most of the way done already, believe it or not. And actually, it's so hot in here that after I pull them off the grill, they're going to continue cooking for a couple minutes. So I got them flipped over. You see that real nice color I got on there? Real dark, a little bit of char. That's what you want for flavor. They go on that side a little bit. I'd love to hear what y'all are doing with your salmon. If you've got a great technique for cooking salmon, shoot it on in. We'd love to hear what you're doing with it. We made a lot of people happy with this. We've even competed in the like Chef's Choice at a barbecue competition. We've cooked this. We cook it in our classes. We're going to do it in our class tomorrow. We've done it at our events. We've served this to a lot of people, and one of the things I love is there's a lot of people that say they don't like salmon until they try this. I'm going to go ahead and spin this again. Make sure we're even. All the way through. I'm going to wait another minute or so. I'm going to glaze these up and they're going to come on.
So Gene Green and Brian Walrath are watching. They say hi.
Hi, Brian.
Brian says that he puts his leftovers of the salmon on his bagel with cream cheese the next morning.
Oh, bagel with cream cheese, by all means, yeah. Yeah, cook some extra because you can use this stuff for a lot of things cold. You can even make a salmon dip with it. Dijon mustard, mayo, lime juice. I'm going to glaze these things up. cool is we have a whole bunch of butter in here, so when that stuff hits the flames are gonna shoot up and help me char. Put that little extra char on it. Great. Put them over. We'll do the second side. Let them flames shoot up. I can hardly hold my hands over here, it's so hot. That's exactly what you want. Caramelize these guys on the other side.
Scott Holter was letting me know he did some cod with Raging River last night.
Oh, cod, yeah. Do you have any problem with it falling apart, I wonder? Or is it a big, thick piece of cod? That's it, they're going to come off. So how can I cook these things that fast, you ask? And is this thing really done? Let's go inside, and I'll break a piece of this open for you so you can see what's going on. Close this up so it doesn't go crazy. It's already hot.
John wants to know if there's fear that the syrup may burn over the flames.
Not if you work really quickly. I don't know if you noticed, but it was probably about 30 seconds from when I started to glaze it until I had them off. You need to be real careful there because you will burn the syrup and it'll get bitter, and you don't want that. But so anyway, so here's the fish. It just came off. I'm gonna take a piece and I'm gonna flake it here. Okay, so you can see that it's done. It's a little bit pink in the middle, but look how moist and flaky that is. Look at that. I don't care if you like salmon or not. You're gonna like this. Next Thursday at Dizzy Live, we'll be talking about technique. Don't know what that is yet, but it might be sous vide. Sous vide some chicken. So if you got any ideas on sous vide, how long for a chicken breast, shoot it on in and let us know. That's our Raging River salmon. So easy, so quick. Hope you enjoy it. See you next Thursday. Cheers.